We've been very fortunate enough to be involved in some amazing regeneration schemes, such as Chelsea Barracks, One Grosvenor Square, the OWO in London, and amongst other projects around the world. This is going to stand as a new benchmark of luxury in 압구정 and in Seoul, which is already an amazing place filled with rich heritage and history. And I think it's capturing that history and that heritage of Seoul, which is so strong, and being able to kind of bring that into this development and understand how we can bring that, the history of Seoul, history of South Korea, and develop that into a design language which ultimately will hit a new level of expectation across Seoul, but across the whole of South Korea, and perhaps even the world. We like to build spaces which are reach new expectations in terms of how you live. From the moment you swing your feet out of bed and what material your feet touch, to opening your wardrobes and how you get dressed, even the most mundane task should become the most enjoyable thing. So we want to see these spaces be loved and lived in, and to see all the things that happen within those spaces. That's the true ambition.
We had 3 types of concept. The number 1 was the contemporary sanctuary, where it's very soft plasters, it's linens, it's contemporary furniture, it's bleached timber floors. And so you get this canvas, which is a canvas for the interaction with the light and the nature externally. So for concept number 2, we called this the golden hour. And when you look at the visuals, this is about the interaction, again, with the outside. We could do no more than the footprint that we was given truly reflects in our interiors. The views all around you, and this is the reaction to the sunset across the Han River. Concept number 3, we called tailored form. We have slightly more elevated design, again using the magnificent backdrop, which is of the architecture, the windows, the connection with virtually everything outside. Here we stay with the palette. It's a little sharper. We use blacks, we use crisp, pure, brilliant whites, and dark timber floors. And when it comes to the master bedroom, I don't think there's anybody in the world who doesn't like a 4-poster bed. So Le Corbusier once said, the outside should be the result of the inside. One of the first things we noticed when we started looking at the visuals by hand were these beautiful colonnades. Personally, I love colonnades because they give a sense of scale, a human scale, which as humans we can relate to, but they also bring lighting opportunities to every design. And so we decided to use that formula and bring that into our interiors. So there's always a connection. This cultural centre can be used for concerts, it can be used for recitals, poem reading, gatherings, or teachings. Again, there's a visual from the inside to parkland, and then we come to the water pavilion. We have an all-day dining. Again, we've brought that rhythm into this space, the use of travertine. We have 4 pods, display pods, buffet, catering for different food types. And then we've broken up all those spaces, again, with these pilasters and columns, which again, lighting opportunity. And they create separate pockets. It's not this mass 180 people eating. Everyone's got their own little space, their own experience. So when you return to this restaurant, you can try another area and you get a slightly different experience. And we subdivide this into 3 quite distinct areas, but they all communicate with each other. We have a 50-metre lap pool is more cocooned in this beautiful timber and stone structure. But within that 15-metre lap pool, you can break off, enjoy the little water feature, which goes into another area, which is closer to the gardens. And then we have a vitality pool. Above the vitality pool, we have a lighting structure, which again can change from morning, where you want to be energized, to sunset, where you want to start calming down. And you get this light therapy effect throughout the jacuzzi area. And the water pavilion floats on water. And then this has got an extended view over the Han River to the city beyond. It can be used for community-driven events, also for weddings. We have infinity pools, elevated on the top of these buildings. And the one thing which binds all these community aspects is an ethereal nature to the interior design. And when you design something with that nature, with nature in mind, the lighting, you can paint any type of emotion that you want within these spaces.
H Architecture and high-on architects also share this ambition to create something that's truly new and truly groundbreaking. I think this is a new benchmark for luxury in terms of the location it is within Seoul and the aspirations of what they're trying to create. This location is where the royals used to live, so a lot of that heritage has to come through, and we need to harness that to create something which ultimately hasn't been seen before in South Korea and perhaps even the world. And I think that's the most exciting thing for us.